You're listening to Stand Out Get Noticed, episode 181. Hi there, Rockstar, and welcome to Stand Out Get Noticed. I'm Christina Canters, speaker, coach, and founder of The C Method, where I help high-performing professionals and business leaders build powerful communication skills. Learn more at thecmethod.com. Now, each week on the podcast, we address a different topic to help you build a success mindset, present yourself with confidence, build strong relationships, and be an all-round better human. Join our community over on Facebook, search for the group The C Method Rockstars, or go to thecmethod.com/community. We are an awesome group of like-minded people who are all committed to developing ourselves in our speaking and our communication as well. In fact, I am recording this live for my Facebook community, so if you want to get in on all of the resources and videos and behind-the-scenes footage that you wouldn't get on the podcast, go join the group. We cannot wait to meet you. Now, today we are exploring 5 powerful mindsets to help you become a more confident and effective speaker. Now, I want you to think about the last presentation you gave. Or perhaps you have one coming up. And I want you to think about, what is your current mindset around this presentation? What does your inner voice say? Does it go something like, "Oh, I hate speaking to a large group. I always forget what I'm going to say. I'm fine speaking to a group as long as nothing goes wrong. What if I say the wrong thing? Oh, I really don't want to make a mistake, especially in front of my boss. What's he going to think?" Now, all of these things actually have nothing to do with the skill of speaking. It is all in your mind. It is all psychology. And from my experience, what I found from working with hundreds of people around this is that public speaking, being effective at public speaking, is only 20% skill and 80% psychology. This is why I based my course, Overcome Public Speaking Anxiety, on the 5 crippling thoughts that hold us back. If you want to learn more about that, go to thecmethod.com/anxiety course. But that's what I base it all around, because so much of our effectiveness is based on psychology. And today, I want to share with you how we can turn around these negative mindsets into a positive and powerful mindset that's going to help you succeed as a speaker. Now, before we get to that, I do want to give one quick shout out to Jo Evans, who has been a wonderful help with the Facebook group. She's volunteered to be a group admin and moderator, and she's been in there welcoming people to the group, commenting on everyone's achievements. So I want to say a huge thank you to Jo for being so wonderful and donating your time to help us out with the group. Again, if you are not part of the group, go and join. We are the C Method Rockstars, and we can't wait to see you in the group. All right, let's get into today's topic. Firstly, let's talk about what a mindset actually is. We want to deal with, the what. Now, I had a quick Google and I found a reputable source by the name of Psychology Today. And Psychology Today says that a mindset is a belief that orients the way we handle situations, the way we sort out what is going on and what we should do. Our mindsets help us spot opportunities, but they can trap us in self-defeating cycles. The wrong mindsets can get in our way, and a fixed mindset about our ability will inhibit our progress. So have a think about the type of mindset that you feel may be getting in your way. So, for example, I'll give you an example. If you have a fixed mindset around your speaking ability, the mindset would think, "Oh, I'm just not good at speaking to large groups." So that's a fixed mindset where there's no room to grow or develop. I am just not good at speaking to large groups. Now, if this is your mindset and you truly believe this, then this is going to severely limit your curiosity around ways you can improve. So if you have a more of a growth mindset around speaking, it would sound something like, public speaking is another skill I'm working on and improving. Yeah, you see the difference? So it's even though your level of skill might be the same, your mindset is different. Instead of being fixed, I'm just not good at this, I'm never going to be any good at speaking, I wish I could be as good as this person, but that will never happen. That's going to prevent you from going, well, maybe I can improve. Could I? Is it possible that I could improve? So that's an example. So that's the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And if you have that growth mindset, you'll be more likely to seek out opportunities to practice and speak, and then you will develop and get better. So the important thing to know here is that a mindset can be shifted. It is not something that you're stuck with forever. You have control over the way that you think, and a mindset can be shifted in an instant, just like that. To give you one example, I'm reading a terrific book by my wonderful coach, Farnoosh Brock. She's actually in this Facebook group for those of you watching, so say hi to Farnoosh. She's amazing. She's got a new book out called The Serving Mindset, and Farnoosh helped me immensely to turn my sales mindset. So when I'm speaking with prospects, she helped me turn it from a sales mindset into a serving mindset. So instead of thinking, oh, I have to sell to this person, oh, I have to, I need to make money from this person, or there's not enough clients out there for me, the serving mindset becomes, how can I best serve this person and help them to find the option that works for them? And it helped me so much in building my own confidence when having discovery calls with potential clients. And it didn't matter if they became clients or not. I still felt good about the process. So that's how powerful a mindset can be. And yes, you can change it. Okay, back to the public speaking mindsets. So I've got 5 powerful mindsets for you here that you can start to adopt to become more confident with your speaking. And of course, these are in addition to, I'm assuming that you've practiced a presentation, you've prepared and all of that. But now, once we've got all the content there, but now it's time to look at how our minds are working and how we may be able to use our minds to help us be more effective. Now, the mindsets are, I'm just going to read them out to you. Mindset 1, it's not about me, it's about my audience. Mindset 2, my message is a gift. Mindset 3, this presentation is an opportunity. Mindset 4 is I'm having a conversation. And mindset 5 is others see my vulnerability as strength. All right, I'm going to break those down for you. Firstly, mindset 1, it's not about me, it's about my audience. Now, one reason why so many people get so nervous before a presentation is because they make it all about themselves. They think, what if I'm no good? What if I don't deliver well? What's the audience going to think of me? And it's all me, and I need to perform, and I need to be perfect, and I need to be all of these things. When really, your presentation's not about you. It's about your audience and what your audience is going to get out of it. Now, I've worked through this mindset. Well, I've helped many of my clients shift their mindsets around this. And one client in particular, she was very nervous about giving a company-wide presentation. It was a business lunch. And what really helped her was building empathy for the audience. And I said to her, who are the people in the audience and what challenges do they have? And she said, well, it's a really busy time of year for them right now. They're really stressed. And I think they're really looking forward to having a day or half a day out of the office. And I said, wow, well, think about that. Have that empathy for your audience and make it all about them. And she actually started her, so not only did that help her to it took the pressure off her. Took the pressure off her because she was able to develop empathy for her audience. And what we worked through was the opening of her presentation where actually, if you listen to last week's episode, I did an episode about starting your presentation strong. And there is a heavy audience component in that. So if you haven't listened to that, go back and listen. It's episode 180. So with my client, I worked it through with her where she said to the audience in her opening, who is here to learn more about, the direction of the company? Who is here to connect with the other members or something like that? And then she said, and who's here? And who here is happy just to get a day out of the office? And as soon as she said that, she said she got a huge laughter. She got a huge laugh and a round of applause because she'd absolutely hit on what the audience was feeling. So when we make it about our audience, it shifts that mindset, shifts the presentation's energy as well. I did a podcast called How to Not Care What Others Think of You, which will be a good one to listen to if this is a mindset you're struggling with. Mindset number 2, my message is a gift. Now, my wonderful friend, Fleecy Malay, she's a public speaking coach and she's also a very talented spoken word artist. And she came on the podcast in episode 153 and we talked about being raw, vulnerable and authentic. And that was a wonderful episode. If you haven't listened to it, you must go listen. Episode 153. And something that I learnt from Fleecy is she said, okay, imagine this. Imagine I'm going to walk up to you and I've got a present for you. I've got a gift. And she said, there's 3 ways that I can give you this gift. The first is to walk up to you and run away. Now that version of giving a gift is, well, you haven't given it at all. You walked up to someone and then panicked, freaked out, and then ran away and didn't even give them the gift. The second way you can give a gift is to walk up to someone and go, hey, I've got a gift for you, here it is, bye, and sort of throw it at them and then run away. So you've given it to them, but it's done in a very hurried, rushed way and you're just keen to get out there as soon as possible. You're like, oh, here it is. And whoever's receiving that gift is like, oh, I don't know what to do with it. Okay, you seem to be a little bit weird. All right, that's fine. And then the third way to give a gift, according to Fleecy, is you walk up to someone and you say, hi, Sarah, or Warren. Hi, Warren. I have a gift for you and I was thinking about you the other day and I thought you would really like this and I wanted you to have it. I'm presenting it with real significance and deliberation and being really, what's the word? Oh, it'll come to me in a minute. Being really intentional. That's what I was looking for. Being intentional about giving that gift. And then the person receiving it goes, oh, thank you. That's beautiful. I really appreciate you thinking of me. Now, if you think about your presentation or your message as a gift that you're giving to your audience, think of this thing that you've prepared. You've probably spent days or weeks or maybe even months aching over what you're going to say, how you're going to put it together, what's going to be best for the audience, right? You've put your heart and soul into putting this message and this presentation together. And when you speak and deliver it, that is a gift to your audience. Now, going back to our gift examples, you could either not give the presentation and just say, oh, no, I'm too scared. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be very good. In which case, the audience doesn't even get to receive your gift. The second instance is you rock up and you go, oh, okay, hi, everyone. I'm just here to talk about this. And you rush through it and you get through it as quickly as you can and then you run away. Because you see it as just something I just need to get through. And then the third way of giving your gift of a message or a presentation is that you intentionally, there's that word again, you intentionally frame up this gift and go, hey, So I've got this for you, and I really want to talk about this today because it's important, and I know you'll get a lot out of it, and I really want to make sure that you get the most from it as well. And then the audience receives it going, wow, thank you. I appreciate that. So mindset shift number 2 is to see your message as a gift. And make sure when you give that gift to your audience to not deny them of that gift and to not undermine the importance and the significance of that gift as well, because you put a lot of thought into it. So that gift deserves to be given with the right amount of thought and deliberation. All right, let's move on to mindset 3. And mindset 3 is the mindset that this presentation is an opportunity. Yeah. Now this goes back to growth mindset. And I did a whole podcast on this. It's episode 114 that I did with my good friend Matt Baker, all around growth mindset, how to harness the power of the mind. So thinking about the presentation as an opportunity. Okay, so you may have, a negative mindset that doesn't serve you would be something like, oh, I have to do this presentation, or this presentation is this awful thing that I have to do. Oh, I'm dreading it so much. Everyone's going to laugh at me. So that's a mindset that's not going to serve you. If you look at the presentation as this dreaded thing that I have to do, or my boss is making me do it. Instead, shift your mindset to view the presentation as a wonderful opportunity for you to learn. One thing I love about speaking is that every time I present, every time I deliver, or even facilitate a workshop, I learn something new. It's incredible because you get to learn on the job. So if you see this presentation as an opportunity to learn and develop your skills, that is going to help you overcome that fear of failing. Because you can take it a step further and look at every single mistake that you make is a learning opportunity. And it is. And truthfully, there is no presentation that is free of mistakes. I promise you that. No one ever delivers a perfect presentation. And there are always areas where you can improve. So if you can understand that, okay, I accept that I'm not going to deliver a perfect presentation, but that's okay because this is an opportunity for me to improve. Yeah? I view the same thing with our courses. So Aaron and I, we run podcast training courses. The very first podcast course that we ran, it was good, of course, but there were definitely ways where we could improve it. And we've slowly been iterating and understanding what works, what doesn't, what can we do better. And it's the same with your presentations. So you're never going to be perfect right out of the box. You're not going to be perfect on your second, third, fourth, fifth, 100th presentation. You will always be learning. So I challenge you to view a presentation as an opportunity. And if that opportunity does come up, say yes. Put your hand up for it. Even if you don't quite feel ready, just do it anyway. Okay? And going through that experience of writing a presentation and putting it together and delivering it will then teach things about you that you never knew before. And hey, you may even enjoy the process and want to do more. So that's mindset 3. This presentation is an opportunity. Oh, by the way, all the links that I'm mentioning here, I will put in the description of this podcast in your app. So you can just tap on that link and it'll take you to the show notes page where all those links will be. All right, we're up to mindset 4. And this mindset is, I'm just having a conversation. Now, one of my clients that I was working with the other week, she was giving a presentation and wanted to share a story. But as she was sharing the story, she was reading it from her sheet And it sounded it was a little bit too measured. It was a little bit stop-start. It didn't flow extremely well. And I said to her, can you just pretend that you're sitting down can you just pretend that I'm a really good friend of yours and we're sitting down for coffee and you're telling me all about you're telling me this story about all this amazing thing that happened that you learnt from. Can you do that? Just pretend that, I'm a good friend of yours? And you know what happened? She put down her piece of paper and she looked at me and her face lit up and she had a big smile on and she proceeded to tell me this story in a way that was 10 times as warm and engaging as what she'd been doing previously with reading it off the piece of paper. She got excited about what she was saying. I could hear the passion coming through, and I could tell that she wanted to share this, that it was important. And after we practiced that, she realized that all she had to do in order to tell this story well and with confidence was to pretend that she was having a conversation over coffee with a dear friend. Oftentimes when we stand up to present, we think, "Oh, I have to present. I'm facing this audience mass, and they're faceless and they're all robots and they're all staring at me and they are all judging me and I have to put on my presenter voice." When some of the most effective speakers, they make you feel like you're speaking directly to them. It's the same with the podcast. A good podcast presenter should make you feel like that they're speaking directly to you, like you are having a conversation. So a good mindset to adopt is to think, I'm having a conversation with a friend over coffee, and speak to that person as you're presenting, and not that you're delivering a speech to a huge audience. So that's a really helpful mindset. Now, the final mindset that I'm going to share with you today, which is mindset 5, is others see my vulnerability as strength. Now, I was at a women's leadership course last week, and the facilitator, her name's Fabian Datner. She's wonderful. She loves Brené Brown, and she shared a few quotes from Brené Brown around vulnerability. And Brené Brown has a wonderful TED Talk that is very widely watched. It's very popular around vulnerability. And I just want to share with you a couple of her quotes. She says that the difficult thing is that vulnerability is the first thing I look for in you and the last thing I'm willing to show you. In you, it's courage and daring. In me, it's weakness. I just want to let that settle in for a little bit. Now, the thing with vulnerability, according to Brené Brown, is that we see vulnerability in ourselves as weakness, right? But in others, we see it as strength and courage. Now, isn't that interesting? Now, a lot of the times, the way this relates back to speaking, a lot of the times when we speak is we feel like we have to be perfect and we can't show any vulnerability because we feel like the audience is going to judge us. They're going to think that we're weak. They're going to think that we're not good enough. When in reality, if vulnerability is strength, if the audience sees vulnerability as strength, then that means that being vulnerable on stage is actually going to help us connect better with the audience. It's going to build that rapport, and it's going to have our audience trust us more, and because they're going to be thinking, oh, they're just human. Christine she's just another person, just like me. She's not this perfect robot that I can't possibly relate to. So I challenge you, dear rock star, to start bringing courage into your speaking. Another quote from Brené, she says, "Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen." Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. And I love this. So I challenge you to, now that you're seeing a presentation as an opportunity, it means you are going to show up, right? You're going to show up, you're going to say yes to speaking or to presenting or whatever the opportunity is. And that in itself is courage. And what Brené means by letting ourselves be seen is also, it's about letting our true selves be seen. So being authentic, not being afraid to make a little mistake. If we do mess up, just shrugging it off and going, hey, that's fine. We keep going. Not being, really hard on ourselves for messing up a word or getting angry and flustered. So that's a super powerful mindset. So understanding that others see my vulnerability as strength. All right, so those are the 5 powerful mindsets that I challenge you to adopt. Not all at once, although you could try. That would be amazing if you would. But pick one to adopt. I'll go through them one more time. Mindset 1, it's not about me, it's about my audience. Number 2, my message is a gift. Mindset 3, the presentation is an opportunity. Mindset 4, I'm having a conversation over coffee with a friend. And mindset 5 is others see my vulnerability as strength. So I hope that you found that useful and that you do make an effort to adopt one of these mindsets for as you move towards your next speaking opportunity. And if it does work for you, I want to know. Well, if you do adopt one, let me know. Join us in the Facebook group and post in there and let me know which of those mindsets did you adopt and what difference did it make on how you presented. What impact did it have on your audience and with them receiving your message? I would love to hear from you, and do post in the Facebook group. That link again is thecmethod.com/community, or the Facebook group is called The C Method Rockstars. Okay, before we wrap up, I do want to remind you that applications for my online group coaching program for women are closing this week. So this Friday is your last chance to apply for the group coaching program, as it is starting in late October. Now, this program is for women who want to build their confidence, influence, and impact in the workplace. You will build your skills and confidence with speaking, workplace communication, communicating your value, and in order to become the obvious choice for advancement in the eyes of management and to move up in your career. Look for I did an episode, a little mini-sode last week with more details on the group coaching program if you want to learn more. Otherwise, tap the link in the description of this episode. It's the group coaching application link to apply. We'll set up a phone call and I'll be able to explain more about the program and to explore with you if it is a good fit. I look forward to speaking with you. And that brings us to the end of this week's episode. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And also to everyone who's been tuning in on the Facebook Live video, as I have been recording this podcast live as well for everyone in the Facebook group. Keep on being awesome, Rockstar, and I will talk to you next week. I'm Christina Canters, and this has been Stand Out, Get Noticed.